Our next guest is a federal judge with a warning to America about threats to the justice system, as well as the dangers of politicizing and intimidating legal figures. U.S. District Judge Esther Salas joins us with her deeply personal story. That's straight ahead here on Morning Joe.
We should be concerned in this country about, as I've already indicated, the tone of our political discourse. Identity politics are used so that a person is characterized by his or her partisan affiliation. That's not what democracy and civil discourse is about. What democracy and civil discourse are about are taking issues and discussing them. And this is what judges do, and this is why judges are of central importance.
That was a rare public appearance yesterday by retired Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy, speaking virtually at the nonpartisan Speak Up for Justice Forum. He called for more civility amid the current hostility in American politics as a growing number of judges across the nation reported increase in threats against them. Joining us now is another judge who participated in yesterday's forum, U.S. District Judge for the District of New Jersey, Esther Salas. In July of 2020, her son Daniel was fatally shot by a disgruntled attorney posing as a delivery worker at her home while the family was celebrating Daniel's 20th birthday. Her husband Mark was also shot but survived. She has become a vocal advocate for increased security for judges and their families, leading to the passage of Daniel's Law, which aims to protect federal judges by safeguarding their personally identifiable information and that of their close relatives. Thank you so much, Madam Judge, for being here this morning. You, of course, have our condolences. I know the 5-year anniversary is on the horizon. Let's speak to this current moment. The rhetoric is so heated, and there have been violent incidents towards public officials. There has been a real rise in threats against public officials, including judges. What do you see? How worried are you?
I'm worried. And I think that everybody that's watching needs to watch yesterday's show, speakupforjustice.law. Everyone should hear from Justice Kennedy, but there were panelists on that on our show that spoke to the real dangers. A judge from Poland, a judge from Venezuela, a Justice Goldstone from South Africa, and they speak to what we're really talking about here today. And no one said it better than the Chief Justice in his year-end report when he talked about the illegitimate attacks against the judiciary, 4 of them, violence. I'm living proof of that, right? My poor son, my baby, the light of my life, and my husband Mark's life. 2, intimidation. You've covered this story, but we're seeing pizza doxing. Over 103 pizzas have been delivered to judges all across the United States of America. And those pizzas are sent to send messages. We know where you live. We know where your kids live. And now 20 of them have been sent in my Daniel's name. And that says, you want to end up like Daniel? You want to end up like Judge Salas? That's the intimidation the justice was talking about. But now let's talk about disinformation, Jonathan. Disinformation is being used. They used it in Poland to tell the public that the judges were corrupt. They used it in Venezuela, and it started from the top down, telling the public that the judges were corrupt. And now we see disinformation being used from the top down here in the United States. Judges are monsters. We hate America. Judges are deranged, crazy, leftist, unconstitutional judges. That's the type of rhetoric that is being used to spin a narrative that the justice system isn't working here. And that's not true. And, you know, the justice said it great yesterday. Say no to tyranny, say yes to truth. The truth is the justice system works. It's the best one, I believe, anywhere in the world. And that is what we need to do, Molly. That is what we need to do, is speak truth. The justice system works. We have a system. If the government doesn't like our rulings, our orders, then by all means, appeal us to a higher court. Appeal us to a higher court and allow that court to render. It is not the answer to threaten impeachment. It is not the answer to sue us. It is not the answer to denigrate the entire justice system because you don't like a ruling. And that's why I'm speaking up for justice. That's why.
Judge Salas, you have been through so much. I mean, just so much. And I wonder how you get the strength to come out here and talk to us.
Listen, I lost my only child. My only child. Mark and I lost the love, the light of our lives. But we're in danger. As the justice said yesterday, freedom can die. Yeah. Democracy can die. And that's why, for me, I love my son and I love this country. Listen, threats are up. The budget is down. The judiciary has been operating on a flat budget for 2 years, and a lot of things are paying the price. And so at this time, we need our third pillar of this government, our third branch, to be supported by Congress. We need them to fund the judiciary so we can continue to uphold the democracy that this country has thrived on. Justice can die, freedom can die, and that's why I'm here. That's why Mark has blessed me to come forward and start talking. This is painful for us.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know, we're coming up on the 5th anniversary. I just want people to understand that we need to tone down the rhetoric. And by the way, it goes both sides. You know, when we call a judge, a Republican judge, a Democrat judge, a MAGA Supreme Court, when you call us monsters and deranged and rogues and out of control, those words are inciting people to do us harm.
In our final, 30 seconds or so, what is the danger of particularly public officials with big platforms attacking judges?
Oh my gosh, it almost gives green light. You know, there's a representative in Congress that has a wanted poster outside his chamber, outside his room. He is, what do we say wanted means? Wanted, dead or alive? What does wanted mean? We have to start being responsible. We have to ask our political leaders to lead responsibly. That is what we need to do in this country. Let's get back to kindness. Let's get back to agreeing to disagree. Let's get back to civil discourse, like the justice noted.
Very, very important message there, and I know a deeply personal one. U.S. District Judge for the District of New Jersey, Esther Salas, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.